at a questionnaire. This questionnaire happens to be lead management. There's always a description of what the questionnaire is about, and you can see that in this instance we have 5 scoring levels, level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and by clicking on the little information symbol, it will tell me what those levels stand for, and this is basically an inherent maturity model that we put in here. For each question, we can look at the hints, context, why are we asking the question, and the standards and evidence. So in order to answer the question fully, what should be there, and of course in the case of multiple outlet dealerships, this is a great thing to have because you may well have your own standards in place that says this is how we do things. So no one should be unsure or unclear about what does good look like. What are we trying to assess ourselves against? And also, to make it even better, we've got little prompts for each of the potential radio buttons we could place here. So the first one is, no, we don't have an agreed definition of a lead. Yeah, different departments have their own definitions of a lead under level 3 and under level 2. Level 3, the dealership has single understanding of what constitutes a lead. Level 4, all areas of the business understand and to a certain extent apply. You get the picture. So this will tell you and help you understand where you should put your mark, if you like, or where you should click the radio button. Now you'll notice also whenever I hover over this, there is a little symbol by the radio button that looks like a no entry sign. And the reason for that is because once you have completed an assessment questionnaire and you have been given the chance to relook at it, save it, and then accept it, it becomes locked. And that means simply that once it's locked, there can't be any manipulation of the final results when people see the report. So there is a completed questionnaire on lead management. Now, if we want to look at it, the overall result, and this happens instantly, the minute you finish the lead management, it will give you this feedback. So you can see the overall result based on our 5-point scoring system is we've come out as average. The total points potentially available is 80. Points scored was 50, so there's a balance of 30 that we can work towards as part of our improvement process. And here it's showing you the distribution of the answers. The system is actually pulling out the top 5 opportunities for improvement. Now, how does it do this? Well, let me zoom in here, and that might give us a better picture. We have a matrix that says, is this difficult? So not very difficult to very difficult. And the size of the bubble is the size of the benefit. So you can see it's working on the principle of let's start with the lowest hanging fruit. And in this instance, this low hanging fruit is one of major benefit. So by doing that, we're picking projects that aren't necessarily going to take many, many months to implement and many, many months to see the results. We're looking for things that are going to give you a quick response and a quick change in performance, because from our experience, that's the way projects build up. If you try to go in with very difficult things that are going to be time consuming, lengthy, people get project fatigue, people lose interest, and therefore the project is never implemented as well as it might be. You'll also notice under the top 5 here, we have a little symbol. When I click on that little symbol, it takes me to something called knowledge base articles. Now, what lies behind this is a full knowledge base, and when we have it fully populated and fully completed, it will be both contextual and also searchable. So for any topic area that's pertinent and relevant to your business, and in this instance, we're talking about lead management. Well, look, here we've got something that says lead process map. Let's click on that and see what happens. There we go, we open up here and there's a lead process map, and it's telling me there's something else related to this, which is a lead process. So if I click on that, there we go. It's opened up, and now we're showing here is a process for how we break up and classify leads. We need to know the source, the classification, we need to have capture rules, etc., etc. So all the time within the system, there are things there to help you. If you don't know, you can go in and search. And of course, we can search. The database will be fully searchable. So if we want to put in journeys, because customer journeys are an important area, customer journey mapping. So there's an item on customer journey mapping. Let's click on this. What's a customer journey map? How do we use them? And we here see there are some related tasks. So how would we go about setting up our own customer journeys? Well, here are the steps that we would do, and it's telling me that typically we'd expect those steps to take 5 days. They're a guideline, and to help you further, what have we got? Sample journey maps. So I can go in here and I can see, okay, that's what a journey map could look like. There are different variances, but here is one that's actually a live journey map that was done. And if you want more information, again, we can go here and see there's a guide that will help us understand journey mapping. So let's click on that. And this is coming up as a PDF. So its base is fully multimedia. So it could be video, it could be a document, it can be a PDF like this, or it could just be generalist help to help you get through. And the beauty is, because we want to build the best platform for you to be able to build your business and make it better, the fact is that we're not reliant on a single source. We can find multiple sources for best practice. If you go to McKinsey, for example, you will always have McKinsey materials. That's not the case with us. We may well have McKinsey materials on here. We may have Accenture materials on here. We may have some of our own materials on here because we've been working in automotive for 15 to 20 years, working on best practice. But the fact is best practice, and we will always try and represent that within the knowledge base. So, back to our results, we'll just close that off. So we're quite clear. Here are the top 5 areas for improvement, and I can show more here because I can see all of the questions where we had the lowest scores. That's what this is reflecting. But if I want to see the detailed score, I clicked on this detailed score, it's opened it up, and now I can see, and again, it's color coded. So the whole thing is very visual. It's meant to be very impactful to help you get to where you need to go as quickly as possible.